telephone pole outside my house.
Oh, fuck yeah. It was
Yeah.
me.
Right.
I believe it. Not too much. Not too much, Keaton.
As soon as I have confirmation that the links have been sent to the VL and other appropriate parties, I will begin.
So how was everybody's
Welcome,
day?
everyone, to the interrogation room. That's a great question, Mike. Let's start with you. We took a couple of days off, and now we are back. And by the end of the night tonight, we will be at the final four. So tell me, Mike, how was your day?
Okay, but first I just want to preface everything with if anybody has a steal a vote, a take my vote thing, please, please, for the love of God, just please.
Give me a second.
But I mean, my day was fine. I mean, I'm doing this from my car because I have no power in my apartment right now because someone hit a telephone pole, which was really nice of them. So, yeah, things are great.
Things are great. Excellent. Somebody who I know things must be great for. Karen, you won immunity in a very, very difficult competition. It took you all approximately 22 and a half minutes for somebody to finally win the Cup Balloon Pyramid Challenge that I think was won in like 8 minutes in season two. So, Karen, how does it feel to have this immunity necklace around you?
I just can't get out the 3 seconds of me shrieking your voice to check my cups because I was so afraid that the whole stack was going to go down again. It feels great, as I knew it would. Wish I could bank it and go into Final Five with it, but you know what? I'm never mad about having immunity, and yeah, feels great. Sums it up.
Mm-hmm. Jay, last interrogation room, you seem to have caught a little bit of heat for surprising everybody with a hidden immunity idol. How has this round been for you? Has that heat been resolved?
Yeah, I guess we're really gonna find out tonight. But I don't know. I've talked with people who I needed to talk to. I mean, I've tried to like just basically tell them what my understanding and reasoning for everything that happened that round was, and I pretty much got everybody else's for the most part. So I can only like just go based off like gut feelings and stuff. I know some people like necessarily might not be like keen to moving forward with me, and that's fine. But I just hope the people like that are and I had good conversations with, just hopefully they can see like a world of moving forward with me. So yeah, because I do want to say like I still didn't vote anybody that last round that is still here in this game out last round, even though that did happen. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Corey, this is a very important night, right? We have to make it through the final six first to get to the events of the final five. Does that change the dynamic of how this first vote goes?
I Sorry, you picked a good one. You picked a good one. I had to think about it. Um, I don't necessarily think so. Maybe just a little. Maybe there's like some strategy behind keeping certain people around so they can maybe shoot them. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's hard to tell what's going to happen tonight when so many different people can have a power to just snipe a bitch. So
Keaton,
That's all.
is that the game plan for Final Six is right now? Literally, this is all just a precursor to what's really happening at Final Five.
Um, yeah, I would say so. I would say what happens here is gonna matter for five. So, and knowing that only one person is going to have a say, and no one can really pinpoint who the hell it's gonna be out of not just the people here, but anyone who we could have already taken out. It's difficult, and you have to plan for a lot of situations, and you can only take one variable away. It's scary.
Jacob, do you find yourself going back in your Rolodex of everybody that you've given an assassin point to and gone, did I make the right call? Have I made the right call this entire game?
Absolutely. Like the likelihood of any of us having spent all of our assessment points on people that are still here in the final six is very, very, very unlikely. So there are some that are spent on people who we suspect may be on the jury. And not only do I consider that, but I also consider like if a juror does get it and they're specifically pissed off at somebody, but that specific person has a lot of favor and good rapport with the rest of the jury, how much is that going to factor into this? Because if one juror is pissed at one person, but everyone else loves them, can that person still really snipe them at the end of the day? That's something else I have to consider.
Mike, I said, are you there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I said at the beginning of the game, I said that jury management is going to be paramount because without it, you may not even get a chance to sit in the final two. Do you think that, either speaking for yourself or speaking as a whole, do you think that that has been taken into consideration with the agents left in the game?
Definitely, especially with this assassin twist lingering over everyone's head this entire time, because the last thing you want to see tonight is that assassin to be someone on the jury that you pissed off, because they have no reason to think strategically. They have no reason to think, how is this going to affect me moving forward in this game? They're going to think this is my last chance to get some kind of vengeance on someone who wronged me, and they're going to run with that. And it's going to be an emotional decision. And, if your jury management on point, you have nothing to worry about with that. But if you've pissed somebody off and we see them pop up and coming back tonight as the assassin, yeah, not a good look.
Karen, you have talked many interrogation rooms about how this specific moment is your personal demon, personal obstacle, personal adventure, if you will. Have you done everything that you needed to prepare for this moment?
Oh, gee, Topher. I talked about it so much and it's here all of a sudden. All of a sudden, and I'm looking around, I'm like, wow, this is Final Five that I talked about this whole way. I don't know if I set myself up the best way because we don't know. We don't know who the assassin's going to be. There's no way to guarantee that when there's so much that we have had, we have had direct control, but not knowing, we aren't seeing how it's stacking up. I don't know. It's a doozy, and have I set myself up? I mean, as best as I can. I've kind of been thinking about it all day. I'll be honest. I'm like, well, I got to 5, and now what? And I'm realizing, did I make 5 such a big obstacle that I don't know what I'm going to do if I do make it past 5? Lots of thoughts. I also have thought you can't spell assassin without 2 asses. So leave everyone on that note.
That is very true. I have learned, if anything, throughout this game, that assassin is spelled ass in. Because I did not know that.
There's the episode title.
Jay, over to you. This has been quite the game for you so far. How have you prepared for this moment? Because you did not make it to this moment last season. So this is all brand new for you. How have you prepared?
I just honestly been playing it by ear and blunt. Like whatever I feel when I'm high and when I'm like talking on these calls with people and whatever, like I can like I don't know. I've just been going off vibes sometimes, honestly. After I got past eight, I've just kind of like just going off vibes and like the talks I'm having with people. And like like you said, like everything past eight has just been like newfound territory for me. So it's just like I feel like every round since merge, like you kind of had to like switch up how you play. Especially with the group of people we had since we merged together. It's kind of been like I feel like everybody has had to adapt in a different certain way, at least for one round since we merged together. So I feel like moving forward after eight, that's kind of like just what I've been doing and trying to do my best at. So yeah.
Corey, you also are in brand new territory for you in the universe of Kaleidoscope, but you have been for a while now. What for you is the hardest part about today?
You saying that to me just now? Like that was disrespectful. Not too much on me. Thank you. The hardest part for me, thinks a little bit, ponders. Honestly, the first vote might have been the hardest out of all of them, and I'm being so for real. That was rough. Like, y'all were doing too much. Like out the gate. So that's my answer. Thank you so much. I love answering questions.
Keaton, Corey brings up the muchiness from out the gate. We threw a lot at you. This game was trying to solve the Kaleidoscope escape room whilst also playing Survivor. It's slowed down a lot. Nobody's been to the vault since the final eight. We saw some stuff come out of some pockets last interrogation room, but really, we have taken a chill pill. Talking about ups and downers earlier in the season, we've been on a downer. How does that change this game, knowing that, again, after tonight, it's the final four?
Well, in about 10 minutes, we're going to take an upper. So there's that. Everyone's going to feel it. No, like, well, five of us are going to feel it very soon. And the other one's going to be on the biggest downer of the next hour. So, but with everything happening, I'll be real. I'll be happy if I go tonight. Like I'm just gonna say, well, like I've just enjoyed the game that I've played with the way everything's gone. I feel very happy with how I tried to solve the moving pieces that are Kaleidoscope. And for only two of us, myself and Mike, this is our first time experiencing it. So we had quite a different idea of our journey here as compared to the rest of them, where they're trying to prove something that they've done in the past or make it past the first round. So it works. Like I I'm just happy with the game I played. I'm not really worried about what happens tonight, even if it is me, because I'll be able to look at this and be happy. So I'll be honest, that's the thing that's keeping me stress free. I'm happy no matter what.
Jacob, if this is the end of the road for you, are you happy no matter what, or is there more to be accomplished?
It's funny you say that because I was just about to ignore whatever question you asked, like respectfully, Topher, and just like piggybacked off of what Keaton said. Like, dog, like if this is my last round, dog, it's been fun, so much fun. I have nothing but love and respect for each of the other five opponents sitting right next to me. Selfishly, obviously, I don't want it to be my last night here, but I'm trying to look at the positives. That means that all these people who I've forged relationships with, they get to move a step forward in this game. I can hopefully live vicariously through some people here. I get to more time to focus on Spellbound. Unlike Corey and Jay, who's like their obstacle, and Karen's, I guess, whose obstacles have been post merged. I've long since beaten my placement. I've long since redeemed myself, so to speak, and improved. Like, Keaton said, make it through the first tribal. I was like, that was something. I had to survive the first two, and then I was set up. But I'm just very happy and proud of the game that I played, regardless. And regardless of how tonight plays out, I'm gonna keep my head held up high. But please don't vote me off. Don't take this as a welcoming to vote the votes on me. Please don't do it.
All right. Well, somebody's reflection portion of the game is about to begin a lot sooner than the rest of y'all's. So it is that phenomenal time. You cannot vote for Karen. She has individual immunity. But for everybody else, I'm going to go off camera and mute myself. Please cast or bump your vote to the top of your prod chat while I am away. Please feel free to talk about anything except for this vote and the game. And when I come back, the upper will about to be taken.
Shout out to Errol. Shout out to my podcasts, Benji and Haley. Shout out Seb. He's going to text me asking him to shout him out. And I'm sorry, Mike, I took that from you, but I know him too well. He's going to annoy me until I shout him out. So I acknowledged him.
Shout out to my prod guests as well. And you heard that right. I have more than one. Let's fucking go. Alex Markoulis, who won season 2, and Justin Chabot. Thank you.
I'm gonna also shout out Zeb. Love you, kid.
I also shout out Seb.
I
Hello,
don't. Shout out to Zach and Lyndon, who have to deal with my bullshit. One more than the other.
I know
And
which one.
Zach.
Jacob, I think you'll be the only one who understands this, but shout outs to Eversource for getting my lights back on so I don't have to sleep in the dark tonight. I just got to text my powers back. Let's go.
I almost vomited. That was maybe the funniest thing I've heard in a week.
Let's
That's
go.
because I get that on such like a deep emotional level that
They
like
suck.
they suck.
They are the
They're the
worst.
They are the worst. It's like
I would like to shout out my podcast. So shout out Jeremy and Noah. And shout out my power who does not suck.
For now.
For now. And
Yeah.
I think acid reflux I have right now. I don't know. I'm very gurgly. It's probably nerves, but
happy
Well,
birthday to Nick.
Speaking of acid reflux, shout out to Tums for the acid reflux.
No, you need to be taking Gaviscon if you have acid reflux problems. It tastes like chalk, but trust me, if you think Tums are great, try Gaviscon.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I can find a gastroenterologist for you if you're in Oregon. Only in Oregon, unfortunately.
I'll need to talk to both of you after both you and Topher. Most of the figure out why the fuck he's so high in Gaviston. More importantly, where the fucking Gaviston came from.
I have a thing called Barrett's esophagus that my friends like to refer to as butthole esophagus because my esophagus basically looks like a blown out butthole. And yeah, so I take Gaviscon and I take famotidine on a regular and all that, but that's, but like, yes, my main, like if I'm having issues, it's Gaviscon.
Y'all learning more about Topher than you ever thought you would this game.
I'm honored, honestly.
I'm grossed out.
And now it's time to get serious. I have the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The agent with the most votes will have their credentials revoked and will become declassified. They will have a moment to speak their piece, and they will be requested to stay put. Because you're not leaving the Zoom if you are the 6th person voted out. Because you may be needed. So I will now read the votes. Oops, sorry. I was answering something. All right. Oh, before I do, if anybody has any immunity idols or advantages that they would like to play, now would be the time to do so. All right. I will read the votes. First vote, Jay. Jay. It's 2 votes, Jay. Jacob. 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 It's 3 votes, Jacob. Jay. We have a tie. 3 votes, Jacob. 3 votes, Jay. So we must now revote. Jacob and Jay, the two of you cannot vote. Everybody else will need to vote again. So please go to your prod chats and cast your vote for either Jacob or Jay. Remember, I'm going off camera and muting, so there is no discussion.
But can we still talk though? Like just to converse, shouting out people and whatnot, or not?
Yes, of course, anything
Okay,
that is
I'm
not
good.
game related.
Oh well, I guess this isn't game related, but me and Jay did that. So I guess like this. Good luck, my man.
Good luck to you as well.
Oh, and shout out to Tyler. I told him I'd shout him out and never did.
I want to shout out to this lady across the parking lot who's staring at me and like just giving me weird looks. Okay, she's gone.
I was about to say maybe she's from Eversource.
Eversource sucks.
Exactly.
Like, no, like your electric bill will be like $100 and they'll just like charge you an extra $125 for no reason. And they'll be like, oh, it's the cost to deliver it's the delivery fee. Like, Jake, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I've never had to
It
pay
is.
for it because
Like
college.
the delivery fee is more than the electric bill.
So I've heard.
It's the devil.
It's bad. What if Eversource is the assassin actually all along, and we've just been.
And I'm gonna wish not I didn't talk so much crap then.
I thought you were like, I actually wanted this. I'm going to taunt them more now. Let's go.
I've been sending all my assassin points to Eversource actually, because they told me if I didn't, they'd charge up the fee even more.
All right. I have the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The agent that has the most votes will have their credentials revoked and they will become declassified. They will then have a moment to speak their piece and then not leave the Zoom. If it is a tie, we will go to rocks.
I think they're calling no rock.
First vote, Jay. Jacob. One vote, Jay. One vote, Jacob. Jay. Next person to have their credentials revoked and to become declassified and next member of the agency is Jay. Jay, you may speak your piece, but please don't leave.
It's not a J episode if I don't tie it up before going out. So that's you can keep that trend going. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. But honestly, I had so much fun playing with y'all. Not even gonna lie. Like Karen, I love playing with you again. Keen, I love playing with you for the first time. Corey, you as well. You little messy 21-year-old Gemini. Jacob. Jacob, I love playing with you for the first time. Great, glad we got to get that out of our way. And Mike, I love playing with you as well too. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see what happens with the assassin point, see if everybody made the correct move that they think they should have made tonight. So we're about to see.
All right. We will now bring in our agency, starting with Crispy. Marcelo. Allie. LJ. And a very presumptuous Kevin.
So you're telling me he
He
was
wa-
right?
He was the first member of the jury.
So you're telling me he was right this whole fucking time?
Now we're down
I
to my
never
boy
said he was
Kevin,
right.
bro.
I'm just gonna go on the record and say
doubted
I
him,
never
so man.
said
Sorry, Kevin. I fully said JK, he's
I
not in the
never said
jury.
Kevin
Listen,
was on the jury.
listen. All I will say is the joke's on you with that because I literally.
All right.
The joke's
Enough
on
said.
you!
All right. The agency is only here to observe. They are not to speak unless, of course, one of them was given the power of the assassin. So here's how it is going to work. Since the very beginning of this game, you have been casting votes for the person that you felt that you entrusted the most with the assassin's bullet, knowing full well that one of them, even if they're on the jury, was going to be handed that bullet and they were going to have the single shot to be fired at final five and determine who is in the final four. But before we get there, what we are going to do is I'm going to give each of you 90 seconds to pitch your case as to why you shouldn't be assassinated, or why somebody else should be assassinated, or to make any sort of plea deal or plea bargain that you need to try to save yourself. After each of you have had 90 seconds, which will be randomly decided by random.org, we will then give the bullet to the assassin and announce who they are. They will then aim at one of you. Once they have decided and told us who they are taking aim at, the person they have aimed at and the assassin will have 3 minutes to discuss what is about to happen. They can plead their case, they can fight for their chance to stay, they can even try to pivot the gun to somebody else. However, if somebody else's name is invoked, they have the opportunity to speak up. There will only be a 3-minute block, though. That does not mean more time gets added on. So if, for example, Corey has, not Corey with an E, but my Corey, has the bullet aimed at Jen, Jen has the opportunity to speak up and say, no, I think it should be going to Chrisanne. But if she mentions Chrisanne by name, then Chrisanne has the opportunity to speak up and also defend herself. Okay? And by any means necessary. However, the 3-minute clock will start once I have said it will start, and it will end at the end of that 3 minutes. Once that 3 minutes is up, the assassin must fire and name who they are firing at. And that can be any one of the final five. And once that is done, that person will have a moment to speak their piece, and then they must leave the Zoom immediately, with the only consolation prize being that they are a member of the agency and will have the opportunity to help decide the winner of Kaleidoscope Season 4, Rookies versus Veterans. Does everybody understand how tonight is about to work?
Sure.
Fantastic. All right. If we can have somebody go to random.org real quick if somebody has it up. If not, I can get it pulled up and share my screen, but I don't think that I am the host. Yes, please. Thank you. Jen is going to random.org. She is putting in the final five names. And remember, anybody that is in this room right now could be the assassin. Okay. All right. According to random.org, it is Karen, Corey, Jacob, Mike, and Keaton. So, Karen, you have 30 seconds on the spot. I will say 3, 2, 1, go. On the word go, I hit start on the stopwatch. In 3,
30 or 90?
90,
You
90
said,
seconds.
you said
Sorry. I have a minute 30 on my timer
Okay.
and I misspoke. 90 seconds.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, besties, everyone, and anyone who could possibly be the assassin. First and foremost, hi, this is my personal obstacle. I know that's pretty cheap. That's most of what I got to go off of. I would love to make it past this fucking point. It's what I've been playing for this whole way. And there's probably a lot of prime suspects besides me that need to go before the final four. And everyone else that has played has made it past their placement. So just saying, if y'all could toss me a bone in that regard, keep that in mind. I don't know what else to say without knowing who's shooting me also. Please, 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 don't shoot me. I wish I didn't have to do this first. Everyone else is going to do so much better than this and have actual talking points, but just remember, please don't do it. Please. I can die anytime after this. Please. I wish I had a better argument. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten this far and that's what I have to say. I can talk more on my game after this and I would love to have that fucking chance because I think I have worked for it and earned it at this point. So please let me live another day and don't make two asses just because Assassin has two asses in it.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Next up is Corey. Corey, on 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everybody. Hey Assassin, how are you doing? You look so cute today. I love that outfit, girl. You look so good. But no, seriously, I feel like up to this point in the game, I know that I can be like a little quiet and standoffish at points at this game. But despite that, I feel like I've been playing pretty decently. I feel like although I've been playing well, I always have people perceiving me a certain type of way where I'm like more of a GOAT type of player or not really someone who's going to be a contender at all. Like, I don't think I've ever played a game and people are going to be like, oh, Corey, he's doing well. Like, he's going to get that win. I'm never on that list. If you ask all these people here right now, I don't think they would list me on that list. We know who those girls are. I've been saying it. Um, yeah. What else do I have to say? I don't know. I got a little nervous. Sorry. I was like, sees a timer, sees it dropping, dies a bit. Um, yeah, don't shoot me, please. I kind of want to have a chance to explain the game I've played because I feel like I've been not adapting as well as I usually adapt because it's really hard playing in a game where you knew like every person in the cast. I've never really had to play like that, so I didn't really know how to play around it. Don't shoot me, please.
Corey, that is time. All right. Next up, hang on. There we go. Where'd the chat button go?
It's me next.
Yes. All right. Perfect. Jacob, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, everybody. I have two different messages, one for the people in game and for the agency. For the people that are still in the final five, congrats that we made it to final five. I'm very proud to have made it with all of you. If you think I'm beneficial to your games, maybe value me as a shield, somebody whom you put a lot of trust in, I hope that you can continue to put in that trust. I'll continue to pay dividends moving forward going into this upcoming round. I know today's been a huge spectacle. And like Keaton said earlier, it was an upper. So I hope that if the assassin is in the final five, they could see benefits to keeping me in the game. As far as the jury is concerned, Kevin, LJ, Ali, Marcelo, Crispy, and Jay, who just got inducted into the agency, I hope that you guys respect my game enough to where I can continue to prosper. You just saw that. Well, I don't know if actually they told you, but I survived just by the skin of my teeth just this last tribal. So I hope that I've done well enough to be worthy of staying in the game. Of course, to the agency, everybody has their own personal obligations, their own rooting interests. I understand that. And if I am not that, I have not played a good game to in the agency's eyes, or I'm too detrimental to somebody in Final Five, then by all means, y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. You know, I'll know ill will or hard feelings, but please don't shoot me. Don't make it two solar flare alum in a row. That'd be kind of gross, honestly. Please don't do that. Yeah, but that is all. Love you all.
All right. Thank you. It is now Mike's turn. Mike, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, first off, to the final five, congratulations. We've made it this far. To like Jacob, have two different messages, one for the final five and one for the jury. You've seen for the final five, you've seen the absolute horrible string of luck that I've had in this game, and you know that there are bigger threats than me left in this game. And if you it would be more beneficial to you in the long run to take out those bigger threats. To those people in the agency and on the jury right now, I can say here with the string of bad luck I have, I am not the reason any of you are sitting there. I have lost my vote more times in this game than I care to keep track of. So if you are looking to maybe get even with somebody or anything of the sort like that, I'm not the reason any of y'all are there. So again, just to echo, I'm happy with the game I've played. I have had again the absolute worst luck in this entire game. So if you're in the final five, there's more threats to me. And if you're on the jury, that I'm not the reason that you're there. So I know I have time left, but that's really all I got. So like everybody else, please don't shoot me.
Okay, you yield your time.
Uh, love y'all. All I got.
All right. And last but most certainly not least, Keaton, in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Well, I am very surprised that I made it here, but I'm happy nonetheless. Once again to the final five. Woo! Um, to, to everyone, I feel like I I have done enough to feel like I could pitch a case, but I don't think I've done more than the people that are sitting next to me. I think in almost every category you could look, I don't know if I'm a correct shot for just about anybody. If I am wrong, then that is on me. But I think you look in any category, someone else outranks me in it. And I don't think I was the biggest problem in anyone's story. And if I'm wrong there, well, I'm sure Karen will yell at me soon enough for that one, because if anything, it'll be her. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the game I've played. I know I can pitch a case. It might not be the best one, but I do feel like I have one. I'd like to be able to do so. And to the players, y'all look like ducks. I yield my time.
All right. Keaton yields his time. So now what is going to happen is Jen is going to reveal who the top 3 vote getters are in third place with however many votes they got, second place, however many votes they got, and then with however many votes they got, the first place assassin. So take it away, Jen. Who is in third place?
I wasn't expecting this honor and privilege. So in third place, earning 15 assassin points throughout the entire game, is Allie. In second place, we had a tie with 16 assassin points apiece. We had Jacob and Karen. And our first place, the assassin, had a total of 19 assassin points given to them by all of you. Reiterating, you guys made this decision. The assassin is LJ.
All right, LJ, before you unmute, if the rest of the agency does not mind going off camera for this next portion. Allie and Kevin, that is you as well. Please go off camera. Thank you. Leaving us with just LJ and our final five. LJ, what's going to happen now is you are going to let us know who you are aimed at. And then that person is going to have 3 minutes to discuss with you and to defend themselves. And then at the end of that 3 minutes, you will have to make a final decision. Keep in mind, if somebody else's name is invoked, they will be allowed to join the conversation. Do you have any questions, LJ?
Yes. Do they have to like play idols or something now, or?
Yes. So if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and when you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. This is the last chance for any idols to be played.
I really wish I had an idol right now.
And then everybody must be silent out of the Skypes. This is similar to a live night. So this is the spotlight is on you, LJ. No more discussion with the rest of the agency or any other players. We are all here live and on camera right now. Okay. LJ, who are you aiming at?
Okay, so the reason for this is I blame one person more so than anyone else for why I left the game, because they knew Crispy had an idol and could have saved me. So that person's Karen. I'm aiming at her because I think she's the number one reason I'm sitting here, and I would have never, ever taken her out if we were both here.
All right, I'm going to start the timer. You will have 3 minutes to discuss with each other. Karen, this is your opportunity to defend yourself and to get LJ to point the bullet elsewhere. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you think taking you out and getting you out wasn't a good move and didn't open the game up for literally everybody?
Yes, but it puts you in this position where either you're the assassin right now, or you're getting assassinated, or you're in the final four, and then getting taken out in the next round if you don't win immunity. I don't know how your best path forward to get to the end game wasn't with me and Crispy. I think that was just like huge error on your part, and it led to this. Like that's my view of the game. I wasn't going to
count invisible votes that were cast before we even linked up. And before you tried to fucking dominate shit, and you were not listening to shit regardless, too.
Karen, if I wasn't listening to shit, then why did I vote Kevin out instead of trying to push for Jacob Adorno like I really, really wanted that round? And why was I not able to get Jay out instead of, pushing votes towards Allie? That's because you dominated me. Don't rewrite history here.
I'm not rewriting history. I'm just speaking for everyone that
if I dominated,
because there were plenty of other people that were not sad to see you go and would have taken the shot too. So sorry that I'm the one getting all of the heat for it. But I also don't think that's a fair assessment.
You're the only one who could have saved me. Convince me that somebody else could have saved me, and I'll be willing to consider someone else. But right now, you're the only reason why I'm here. I think.
But you're putting that on if someone else would have also. You don't know if they would have if they had known too. And that's not fucking fair either. You're assuming they just would have. I'm the only one who wouldn't have let you go. Be so fucking for real. Also, LJ, the game opened up without you gone, and I stand by that. And I'm sorry it was rough. It was the move that happened that round. And I'm not the only one who would have felt those sentiments.
But my issue here is you think I was dominating before that. I never got my way before that on votes, so I can't consider that like a viable thing. And if you wanted the game more open, that meant you wanted more paths for yourself without me, which is what you chose.
I am not the only one who said it got more open.
You could have told. Well, if you wanted to have me around, you could have told Crispy it was on me. You could have played an idol. We could have moved forward. So this is it's pretty, unless you're gonna invoke somebody else's name, like
I mean,
I'm
if you
gonna
want
stick
to
with
sum
this.
the whole game up about your game ending, I guess you can be that selfish and not see the whole scope of it and what else can happen from here. If that's really what you want to use your shot for at this point, because that's all I'm hearing too. Like, you had to go, so that's my downfall because I didn't think about keeping you here. Like,
Yeah, no,
I'm
because I
sorry.
never
I
I like
wanted a
yeah.
bigger game outside of LJ. It's true.
You
It's
all
true.
and you already had that. So like no, unless you're willing to throw it on someone else here, which you're not, then I'm not gonna like you're not
Because
even
I'm not
trying to
going to
throw it
play
on
cheap
someone
like
else.
that either.
Okay. Then I'm sorry to do this, but I blame you for why I'm gone. So I'm gonna use this because I never would have done it if we were in the game together and I was in this position. Never.
All right, time. Okay, we've had 3 minutes of discourse. LJ, you were voted the person that everybody trusted the most to be handed this bullet. It is your decision. Please fire away.
I think Mike said it best when he was talking today. I don't have to think or worry about the game. I have to think about how my game ended and the reason I'm not playing. Karen's the only one who could have saved me, and she didn't. So I'm gonna vote out Karen.
Karen, you are the 7th member of the agency. You may speak your piece.
Real good move. Gotta say. Big bang and a fizzle for what? Good luck to the final four. I'm happy each and every single one of you are there. You deserved it. You've all been playing great and make me proud. Every single one of you could have my vote at this point. Love you.
All right. With that, that concludes the assassination. If the final four will stick around, everybody else, you may please leave.